away. There's no angels where I go, only pieces that are broken, scattered dreams across the floor. I'm home.
Why, hello everyone, this is Jiro here, and when we last left off, Deku had Deku had won first place in the race. Jiro had actually won second, and Momo had actually won third. Now then, yes, I'm aware it is almost 3 a.m. or around 3 a.m. when I'm posting this. However, I really don't I really don't care. I'm still awake. I'm very tired, and I was bored. So I'm doing this. Yes. For some reason, I'm very sick. Yet my sleep schedule is so messed up. I cannot sleep at all. But what does this button do? Okay. I was gonna say I'm in perfect mental state, but that button kind of paused the recording for a minute. Alrighty, don't press that again. Anyways, yeah, I can just say that at the end of the video. Anyways, Deku had actually won first place, Jiro won second, and Momo won third. Now, they were all on their own team, but Mei Hatsume was not at this time. Deku would have accepted her, but he would have had to he would have had to hold her on his shoulders, and he didn't really want to do that. Because then he'd have to also carry her support gear with him. And that would be annoying. So she was actually on another team showing off her gear. And that team actually did better. Anyways, now then. Deku versus Shinsho. Deku already knows Shinsho's quirk. So, yeah. Whenever they walk into the ring, Deku would actually see Shinsho. And he would just immediately run at him and just knock him out of the ring. So, yeah. After that, Todoroki versus Zero. What do you expect? Kaminari versus this girl. It goes the exact same. Now then. Ida still becomes the walking advertisement. Mina versus... Oh, crap. Mina versus Ochako. I'm changing this up so that I can actually put these two on opposite ends of the board. Mina versus Ochako. Ochako would win. Momo versus Tayama, I think that's his name. Momo actually wins because she would just create a giant mirror and actually reflect the light at him, making his shadow weaker and actually just beating him in physical combat. Because her physical body is stronger, and so is her quirk. Tetsu versus Kirishima. Hardboy 1 versus Hardboy 2. This goes how you expect. Yeah. Jiro versus Bakugo. Bakugo would say that this might actually be a good fight, but he's ready to face Deku in the finals. So let's just get this over with, because he's not. And she actually, Bakugo barely beat Deku at 8%. And Deku, he was quirkless with One for All. Jiro's twice as strong, and she also has another quirk that she can actually use to fly with and actually channel her guitar with. So yeah, that goes how you would expect. Now, let's see. Deku versus Todoroki. This fight actually goes a bit differently. Now, whenever they do start their match, Deku says that, okay, so you have a half and half quirk. Alright then, if you're only going to use half your power, I'm only going to use half of mine. Then he would put one of his arms behind his back. And he would actually take off, well, let's say like, he would actually take off his shirt and actually wrap it behind his back. And when he does it, he actually ties his hands behind his back, saying that if you're going to use half your power, then how about this? I only use a quarter of it, mine. Now, Todoroki would get very mad at this and say that that's really, you can't really do that. I'm going to beat you and prove that I can be the number one hero with only half, without using my father's quirk. Deku would just curse at him and scream at him before the match even starts that, what do you mean your father's quirk? Your quirk is half and half. Just, it's yours. Now, as he would say this, Todoroki would just say that he's a liar and actually try blasting him with ice. This is whenever Deku would actually just kick the ice and actually send it flying, like in canon, but he still just has he's still just standing there with his shirt tied behind his back. This is whenever Todoroki would just scream, "What?" and try doing this again. He keeps trying to do this over and over again, but the crowd's realizing that Deku, he said that he was only using 25% of his actual power. And he's actually like going toe to toe with the Son of Endeavor. This is whenever Todoroki would actually get very mad, stating that Deku needs to fight him at full power so he can prove himself. Deku would say that he's not going to fight him at full power if you're just going to treat this like a game. This might be a tournament and a festival, but everyone around you is trying their hardest, and you're just trying to take the easy way and use half your power. So you just need to man up. Or are you just going to turn out like your father and be dead set on being number one and trying to prove yourself to everybody? Because if that's the mindset you're stuck in, then you're going to end up just like Endeavor. Now, whenever Deku did say this, Todoroki would got really pissed off. As soon as he says this, Endeavor would actually start screaming at Deku, saying that, please, he's nothing like that. This is whenever Deku would actually just immediately shoot a spiderweb out of his wrist, hitting Endeavor in the mouth. Endeavor's trying to remove it from his face, but he can't, so he has to just burn it off. This is whenever Endeavor would actually scream at Deku, and Deku would just do it again. Todoroki was actually watching this, and he's just kind of laughing at it. This is whenever Deku just says, there you go. Now, cut the shit and go all out. He would then rip his arms up from behind his back and put his hands up. Now, Todoroki is actually fighting Deku with as much power as he can. He's throwing it at him, and Deku's just firing spider webs, throwing punches, and actually clapping his hands together to try and disperse Todoroki's fire. The crowd is watching this. They're kind of awestruck at how Deku's using his power, because he's using his strength and speed to stay out of the flames. Well, he's using his strength and speed to stay out of the ice, and he's using his maneuverability to stay out of his fire but still get close. Deku would eventually wear down Todoroki to the point where Todoroki would try bringing all he's got, and Deku would immediately be able just to pull Todoroki close to him because of how slow he's gotten, and just uppercut him out of the ring through the wall like normal. Now then, people are very surprised that Deku essentially just took out the number 2 hero's son after he literally quieted him by shooting webs in his face. Now then, Deku versus Ida. Deku is faster than Ida. He would just web up one of his engines and throw him out of the ring. That's what happens for that round, but now then. Let's see, Jiro versus... oh crap. Yeah, Jiro versus... Ochako versus Momo. Momo, she actually does win. She would just create a taser and actually just tase Ochako. Well, she would actually... she wouldn't have created a taser, but she would have... I want to say she would have created a weapon, but I can't really think of any other weapon besides a taser. Oh, never mind. Yeah, she would have just tased her, gutting her out immediately. And this people would actually kind of find this sort of yeah, but yeah. Anyways, Jiro versus Kirishima. Jiro would blast Kirishima, eventually wearing down him to the point where he can't hear anything. Because yes, his body hardens, but he's still got organs. I'm pretty sure those don't harden. Along with his eardrums, eventually he wouldn't be able to hear anything. So during the whole confusion and the smoke, she could come up behind him very easily and just punch him out of the ring with one for all. After that, Kirishima would go flying out of the ring and actually get knocked out. Because he would have unhardened his body as soon as it happened and gone flying through a wall. Now then, Momo versus Jiro. This one's going to be an interesting one. Momo would actually have known about a lot of the support gear Mei Hatsume was using, because she actually saw the designs for it in the support class whenever she went with Deku to make Jiro's guitar. Oh crap, Jiro's guitar. She would have used that against Kaminari? Kaminari is the electric guy. She would have used that against Kirishima and actually blast him out of the ring with it. That's how that happens. I am sorry. I cannot sleep. I've been doing all this. I've been up for... What time is it? I think it's been 3 days. I don't know. Time is an illusion. I'm joking. Life is a party and I'm in the pinata. Anyways. Deku versus Jiro. This one seems like a very anticipated fight for everyone. But everyone thinks that they're trying to place bets on Deku winning, but they're also trying to place bets on Jiro winning. Because she would have shown off a lot of her power, but President Mike would have asked about her enhancement power. He would have said that she can enhance it to the point where she can break her limbs, because she's done that. She believes that she's done it before. If her medical records from Recovery Girl are accurate. Now then, Jiro would actually come charging at Deku, and she's at 18%. And Deku is just dodging her, and he's actually fighting her. And she would have actually set aside the guitar because she doesn't want to damage it during the fight. Because she just wants to test how far she's come with one for all. So she's actually fighting him, doing all this, and they would get to the point where she had gotten mad and actually amp up her power more and more. To the point where the lightning around her is shifting from purple to a darker shade, and it's actually increasing a lot. Now then, Jiro is, well, not a darker shade. It's becoming more frequent around her. She's at 25% of one for all, and she's actually having quite a soreness. Like, this is the point where she would feel like she worked out every single part of her body. Every single second of a day. Now then, she's at 25%, and she's actually keeping up with Deku quite easily. Actually almost matching his speed. But he's actually going very easy on her because Spider-Man, he actually holds back all the time. He keeps himself on a human level so he doesn't murder anybody. Because Norman Osborn, or not Norman Osborn, Otto Octavius, whenever he did steal Spider-Man's body, I think he broke the Rhino's jaw and actually made him like sip out of a straw for the rest of his life. And the Rhino is not an easy target. Spider-Man has punched the Hulk into orbit. The Hulk. Yeah. So he's actually quite holding back a lot. Anyways, this is whenever Deku would say that Jiro has come quite far with her quirk, but she still needs to get it under control more. This is whenever she'd actually power up one for all more and more. Deku's seeing the strain that she's actually going through, and he's telling her to stop. Now, as he says this, Jiro would actually say no, she plans on winning. She's gonna show that she has what it takes to be a hero. And she's actually screaming this at Deku, and as this happens, this is whenever a black substance starts seeping out of her palms and actually starts going at Deku. This would actually wrap around Deku's arms and forearms, and she would actually pull him closer to her, and she'd actually punch him in the face, knocking him in the jaw, nearly sending him flying out of the ring. But Deku would have immediately he would have actually shot a web and actually webbed himself back onto the ring. He would have said that, alright, that's new. Alright then, let's see how far let's see what you got now. And they're actually fighting, and she's actually using this quite a lot on Deku, actually hitting him around. She's actually, like, every time Deku would go to try and dodge whenever his spider sense goes off, he'd get attacked from another direction, because I want to say a weakness of Spider-Man's spider sense is that he can dodge one thing, but if it's multiple things at once, it might actually overload his brain, or his brain is only registering the current threat. It's not registering the next one. So let's say that that's a small weakness Deku has, but he doesn't even know it exists. So she's actually knocking him around. He actually has quite a few bruised ribs and probably one or two broken ones. And this is whenever Deku, he would actually be getting serious. Now, he's fighting her, and this is all coming out of her, but whenever he does get close, she would actually blast him. And this is whenever Deku would actually keep firing webs over and over again. Now, this battle seems very intense, and a lot of heroes don't actually like it. Because essentially this couple, well, these two people, they're the strongest. Not only that, but they're essentially just like they're actually like having a legit fight. This went from being a friendly one to a rivalry. Nearly like is went from being friendly to like something you don't really want to watch. Because Deku, he's actually gotten his shirt ripped up a lot from these whips, and he's actually got quite a lot of bruising on his arms. This is whenever Deku would just tell her that she's got to give up because he's seeing what she's. Essentially, this is whenever Jiro would actually boost herself up to 35% and actually keep blasting and using the whips on Deku. She would eventually grab one of Deku's legs. Well, she would. Not that. Okay, you know that whole scene where Wonder Woman actually tries throwing the lasso of truth at Superman, and he just grabs it with his arm and pulls her towards him? That's what would happen here. She would actually do that, and she'd be surprised whenever Deku actually does grab the whip and actually yank her towards him. She wasn't expecting this, so Deku would have actually grabbed her and actually knocked her out of the ring. But before this did, huh? Okay. But before this did happen, whenever she was trying to blast him with her sound waves, the muscle in the back of her left arm, well, the muscle in her left arm actually did pop. So it looked like it looks like her arm dislocated itself over from muscle overuse. Because essentially the muscle just looks like I've said, like the muscle, the fibers in it popped. So she essentially couldn't use her left arm, and she was actually screaming about this. Deku would then have taken her down. After that, Deku, he would have actually been quite exhausted. But he would actually try getting up to move, and whenever he does, he actually feels quite a lot of his ribs crack. And he would actually then scream about this for a minute before actually just dropping out. And what I mean by that was, you know, whenever Deku actually broke his arms to the point where they were purple, he was guarding a lot with his arms so that the whips wouldn't actually hit him in the chest. So a lot of his upper body is actually bruised purple and red. But now then. Anyway, guys, I'm going to be going over the announcements for the people who have won the sports festival and the Stain Arc tomorrow. Technically today, but before I do go, one person actually they commented on how crazy. I think it was how crazy my what ifs are, and I told them that after the Yu Yu Hakusho one, I actually planned on giving Deku 10 quirks and actually calling it, what was it, Powerhouse. They were saying that they think that if someone has over more than 4 quirks, don't they turn into a Nomu? I said no because Nomu means no brain, so they have no free will. Looking it up more, I don't want to spoil it, but there's a new villain in the manga. Well, all for one, he has 21 to 28 quirks, and he's still human, albeit an asshole. But, yeah. there's a there's that, and also Deku in canon, he's supposed to. I want to say a lot of. Okay, spoiler warning. From this point on, there's going to be spoilers. I was trying to be nice about this, but if you guys don't want spoilers, click off the video now because I'm just going to be going into it and saying screw it. 3, 2, 1. Anyways, there is a thing called a high-end Nomu in the manga. Currently, I looked it up, it has 6 quirks. It's also very intelligent and stronger than the regular Nomu that attacked the USJ. Furthermore, there's also Deku getting Black Whip in Season 4 of My Hero Academia, And he's going to supposed to unlock 6 more quirks. So that's going to be 7 or 8 quirks he has, including One for All and Black Whip. Okay. So giving him 10 isn't out of the reach of the idea. Because further along in Season 5 or Season 6, somewhere along the lines, he might end up unlocking his dad's fire breath or his mom's telekinesis. That would round it out to 10. Anyways, that is all I have to say about that subject. I was trying not to say any spoilers, but if you guys are spoiled now and actually don't like that, I told you to click off the video. Anyways, I'm gonna go try and sleep. It is 3 a.m. I am tired. This video is probably being uploaded at 3:43. Let's give that a guess. Probably not. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video.